Welcome! I'm Xenodactyl. Good morning, people. Where does this thing go? Let's try that. Oh gosh. Stay. Okay. I'm Xenodactyl. We're gonna get into game right away. This is the Alpha Team League EU Amateur Division, and starting off on Cyberforest, we're gonna have a ZVZ. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, that looks good. Okay. Looks like we're gonna get some extra loading time. So I'd like to take this moment to tell you about Cyberforest. I actually don't have anything to say about a mirror matchup on Cyberforest. Sorry, people. My brain is still waking up. Okay. Spawning in the upper left as the orange Zerg for the Art of Warfare. It is Mars Bar. Don't you want some chocolate now? And to the bottom right as the teal Zerg for Alpha X, it is Zabooby. Okay, looks like standard openers for both players. Stream is supposed to be running, but I don't... And we should be. We should be... Oh, there it is. Okay. Excellent. Okay. Ah, yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Overlords are going out to their opposing sides of the map for that map vision. It's kind of interesting how, like, in ZVZ, that's your only indicator for what's going on. Most of the time in the early stage of the game. Like, you can drone scout if you really must, but it's not really... I do think it's skipped a lot. I think drone scouting is just not something Zergs like to do. They're all greedy. Anyway, Zabooby gonna be the first one to move across the map with the bulk of his forces. The army count is actually in Mars Bar's favor, so Zabooby needs to be very careful here. Actually... Uh-oh. Okay, Zabooby will get speed first. So he'll be safe-ish. He doesn't have a baneling nest. Oh no, he does. Just kidding. I lied. Where are his banelings? Oh, there they are. I heard them morph, but I didn't see where they were. Anyway, he's actually down in Ling still, so he's gonna make a couple more banes. But he doesn't... Okay, those reinforcements are just popping, but that Baneling does get cancelled, and with the inferior Ling count, this is a little bit worrisome. Okay, Defender's advantage does hold strong. He has lost 7 drones in this engagement, in this tangle. So, a couple more Banes are gonna clear this out, actually, I would say. Just has a little bit more to deal with. And that'll be cleaned up at the cost of another Baneling. And the supply advantage does go back to Zabubi. He has a worker advantage and an army advantage, basically an everything advantage. If there is an advantage present, he has it. After some nice Baneling exchanges. Lair starting up for Mars Bar, so gonna get that tech. And good spotting Ling for Mars Bar. Does see that there's no third yet, but the Lings get in for Zabubi, and he's gonna net himself a couple more drones, or a couple of drones in response. So actually only getting 1. But he gets a full scout on everything. He sees the wall, he sees the lair, and the roach warren, provided he clicked on it. But, I mean, you see 3 buildings at the front like that, you can infer one of them is a roach warren. He probably didn't even need to click on it now that I think about it. Okay, Spotterling is going to see the 3rd and deny it for the time being. Drone is going to be forced to make an extractor to preserve its life and hide. Ling will take care of the Ling. Maybe not the best way to do that, but it's what he had. It's what he had. Timing is important. And he is ahead enough that it doesn't really matter if he's terribly cost efficient. Alright, his own roach warren and Evo chamber is done. And a couple more Lings do come out. I imagine he'll start roach production soon-ish, maybe not immediate. He may want to be droning more still. I'm not entirely sure what the 2 base roach timing is that he needs to prepare for. Okay, 1 roach does pop. He does not have any more in production. And 2 roaches pop, I should say. Okay. He sends an Overlord Scout in. I really like this. He's going to be aware of any like random tech changes. Sometimes when a player is behind, they just throw a Hail Mary, and that really allows the defender or the player that has the advantage should scout, is what I'm getting at. I mean, you should always scout, but especially when you have the advantage, you don't want to throw. Overseer Scout going to come in as well for similar reasons. Kind of looking to see how he can get back into this game. He's going to take his own 3rd. But Zabubi has a firm grasp with double the supply and significant army advantage. A couple Lings are going to harass this 3rd. And Zabubi should have a sense that he's ahead. I don't know if he knows exactly how far ahead he is. Like, I think he's aware that he has a superior army and a much faster third. I think that's about... I don't know if he realizes that he's over doubled the supply of his opponent. He might. He's moving pretty aggressively. Yeah, this... Going straight for the natural like this suggests to me that he has a very good sense of where he is in this game. So he's gonna get right on top of everything. This is kind of a dangerous place to be if your opponent was even with you, but his opponent is far behind. So he's just gonna walk right up into the main and get the Spire, so no Muta switch is going to save Mars Bar. A couple Mutas do pop, but there are too many roaches. The Mutas cannot possibly clear all of this in any timely fashion. Mars Bar will just have to tap out. That'll be game 1. And let's see here. Where are we? Should have a thing. Where is this thing? I don't know where this thing is. Oh well. Let's see here. Next should be PVT. Huh. Where'd they go? I see. This is today's, right? Yeah, okay, let me just leave the other ones so that I don't keep getting confused. Yeah. What map is it? The next map is Turbo Cruise. Oh. There we go. What's happened here? Hang on, I think we have some confusion. Ah, you guys fixed it. Excellent. Alrighty. Turbo Cruise. A PVT. Okay. And spawning in the upper right as the red Terran for the Art of Warfare, it is Tiff. And to the bottom left as the blue Protoss for Alpha X, it is the Kyojin. Okay, just a 14 scout. I was unsure what he was doing with his probes for a second. It looked a little bit odd. But he just wants the low ground gateway. That's all it is. Let's do that. And one of those, and one of those. There we go. Okay, cybernetics core coming down, so gonna have a core before expand, and there's the expand. Second gas, because second pylon is supposed to go before second gas if he goes core first, but I don't think it will matter because well, it shouldn't matter. I think he's just gonna cut probes. Start his adept. Hey? Oh, stalker. Okay. All is well. Terran side of things. Do we even have a Reaper? We do have a Reaper. It is here. Probes are trying to block it, but don't quite get there. And the Reaper is just going to run circles around the base. Doesn't kill anything, but it does scout everything. Stalker is gonna step up and force the Reaper away. Back on the Terran side of things, we do have a factory coming down, so some sort of 1-1-1. There is a reactor here, so we might see Hellions or mines, or it could just be for more bio units. Okay, we're actually going to see the mine without the tech switch, so this might be 2 Widow Mine drop. Starport is going down. And Reaper is scouting around the map for other things. On the Protoss side of things, we have 3-gate Robo with the fast warp prism, so standard opener, has some aggressive potential but doesn't have to be, can be mostly defensive. He'll like to get a Twilight Council in the near future, but it doesn't have to be entirely immediate. If he wants to commit to some pressure first, or just defend an all-in. But he will want it sooner rather than later this game, as the Terran is on 2 bases, and this should develop past the... well, he's not going to be defending all-in is what I'm getting at. Or at least not a 1-base all-in. Okay, Stalkers are going to move across the map, and he does eat a mine shot. Fortunately, the Stalker ate the mine shot more than the Warp Prism. Warp Prism is still pretty low, but he does clear both mines, which is really nice. I'm not going to have to worry about those 2 mines coming across the map and harassing his mineral line. He is going to elevator into the base after taking considerable damage on his prism from the... Ah! Look at this! This thing, it has 3... Sorry, gardeners are here, and it is, messing with my head. Along with the prism that refuses to die. I don't know if this is a Neeb prism or a Zest prism. It feels like it's trying to be both at the same time, taking all that damage, but somehow not dying. And I don't really feel like... Okay, this better be recalled. Well, actually, if he just leaves it there... I mean, what's gonna kill it? Viking? His tech lab is down. He's gonna go straight for charge and gonna take his 3rd. Using the triangle layout, sending the prism back in, feeling that the Terran threat is moving out! Okay, the prism survives again! And we are gonna get that Robo Bay. I do think that is a good way to play on this map. I think Colossus or Disruptors can be very strong in those inhibitor zones. When time does timey-wimey wibbly-wobbly things, you definitely want some consistent splash of some sort. Storm is not bad too, but this AoE is nice. Gonna warp in 2 more Stalkers to keep up that 4-Stalker harass. As soon as the warp completes, phases his prism back and picks up these Stalkers and runs back into his corner of safety. Terran force is moving through the center of the map. 5 SCVs did fall, and there is a tank push on his doorstep. Charge is done, and he will have 1 Colossus for this fight. He needs to have a Zealot flank from his 3rd, but I do not believe he has a warp in presently. Okay. Bio has gone over to the 3rd. His Colossus is exposed, stepped up a little bit too much. His Zealots are coming over. He's gonna lose his 3rd though, since his Zealots did not warp in here. And they're just gonna pick up and go into the main. Like a good Terran. Using the layout against the opponent. Alright. He should be able to clean this up or force it back, and indeed he does. And the Terran now has a base advantage. The gateway is unpowered, and Terran still has more harass. Prism did fall. Oh, Liberator, yikes! 5 probes do go down to the lib. Gonna try and pick off that Cyber. I think he could have gotten it if he wanted. It wouldn't have been the worst scenario. Still has some probes not mining. And the Kaijin needs to stop this next attack, but I think he is... Well, there's only 1 tank in that. Okay. This is just gonna turn into harass. And the Kaijin is not in position. Terran force is moving up the center as well. So this drop is done what the Terran wanted, which is to force the Protoss into this obnoxious location against his own buildings. Medevacs are falling and... or rather, dropping. And the Kaijin is not looking too good this game. It started out well-ish, decent-ish, but once the Terrans started attacking, I think the Kaijin just didn't have his units in the right places for... Like, I think he wanted to engage the army here, before it could encroach and split his army between 2 bases. And then later, after he was split, his warpin all came from the natural instead of the 3rd. So he wasn't able to kind of sandwich the Terran force. Maybe he was unsure what the Terran was doing, and now this dead zone is going to help the Terran instead. As it usually does. I think this is... I think Dead Space favors Terran slightly more than it favors any other race because the prevalence, like just the percentage of times you see medevac in like multiple medevacs coming out of a Terran. Yeah, sorry, I can't do anything about the noise. We have gardeners like every other Wednesday, and that's just the way it is. It should pass soon. I never know when they'll come. Okay. Bio is moving up the center. This is pretty Marauder heavy, so that's gonna eat through the Stalkers and the Colossi pretty well. There's actually no Colossi here right now. The Colossus is over in the main. This is not good. The Kaijin is going to tap out, and Tiff will take the second game for, well, we'll take the second game of the series and tie it up. Your in-game camera is permanently rotated? How did that even happen? Alrighty. Looks like, we're gonna go to Thunderbird for a ZVP. I imagine so. What map did I say we were going to? Thunderbird. Okay, I think Akon got it. We're just passing the torch around. What happened? I don't know anymore. Ah! Okay. I'm gonna go modify this. Wow. This gets sorted. I don't know. What the? Oh my goodness. That is not what... Okay, whatever. That's fine. It's just being special. Which has happened. Okay. All problems have been solved. We can move on. Technology. Oh man. Gotta love it. Okay. Thunderbird. Spawning in the bottom right as the teal Zerg. For Alpha X, it is Acontis. And to the top left, as the pink Protoss, it is Ares. Yeah. Okay, so Ares is gonna go for his wall here, and Akon is going to open standard. I anticipate well, I'll wait a little bit to see how this develops, but I'm gonna say that so this can be walled here with 3 buildings, and like you're shy an additional hex. It's a 11 hex wall. Had you, of course, that's not going to be an option for Ares, as he put his first pylon here instead of like here. And if you do that, if you do it that way, you leave yourself pretty vulnerable to like Nidus play. But which actually is a tool that Akon does favor. We'll see if he goes for a fast lair for Lingnatus or some other thing today. Actually, was this 1514 and I just wasn't paying attention? I think I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, this was 1514. I wasn't paying attention. So we're gonna just see a Ling Flood. It looks completely normal, unless you're looking at the hatch and gas, or hatch and pool timings. So this adept is going to... Oh my goodness! That is a nightmare for an adept. You just want to scout and suddenly there's a bunch of lings here? Okay, I actually think this was a slight misplay from Akon. He was supposed to have 4 lings out in front, and now there's a additional bit of information for Ares. He is dropping the shield battery now. The shield battery is a bit late. And I don't know about this. I think the Protoss can hold, but at the cost of warp tech. There's still a lot of Zerg. Akon is not backing off, and this pylon is gonna fall, and there's no probe here to reinforce. Lings are gonna flood right on in. Oh, the sentry falls at the same time. Okay, well, this has gotten very messy. I think the game is lost. Well, or won, depending on how you're looking at it. Protoss cannot hold anymore. I don't believe so. I no longer believe. Okay, 15-14. Good build. This gateway is not going to do much. There are actually... Okay, he's brought his probes to the shield batteries, or a shield battery, but it is out of energy, so no, there's no way. He's lost too many probes. This is not doable. GG is called. He apologizes. He apologizes for holding down the Z key. Oh, Archon. Alrighty. Kairos Junction is the last map. Well, until the Acer. Alright, where is the Landfear? There is the Landfear. Invite to game. Who is he playing? I don't know. Ta Chicken? Should be a Zerg. I saw him earlier, I thought. Oh, there he is. When did I send a friend request? What is this? I don't know what it's telling me. I is confused. He has my orange. I see, we have some player dispute on color selection. Starting game now. Alrighty. This is a potential ace match, but if not, we will have to see another game. Okay, we have a ZVT on Kairos Junction. And spawning in the bottom right as the orange Terran. For Alpha X, it is Lanfear. And to the top left as the red Zerg. For the Art of Warfare, it is the Chicken. Okay. So we're gonna get a very fast gas and pool. I think this is a 1312. I wasn't paying the closest attention as I was doing intros. But that would be my feeling. Actually, this was a 12 pool, and 12, so then this would have been pool gas, I think. So it's a 12 pool with gas. I don't know. I don't feel like this is a very deceptive cheese, I guess is what I'm gonna go with. He can make Ravagers behind this, I guess. Lanfear did SCV scout, so he knows that he needs the bunker. He knows that his Reaper cannot go too far. Unfortunately, I don't think Lanfear saw the gas, so he may not realize just how committed this is. The Lings do get in, and they are going to stall out the bunker, so this is a little bit of problem for Lanfear, but a Reaper can clear all of this with enough micro. His wall is complete now. I think Lanfear maybe underestimated how short this rush distance was on this map. He loses the Reaper! Oh no! What started as a potentially easy build to hold from the scout timing, I think Lanfear is just falling apart. I don't think he has the right response to all of this. He started 2 Marines, and he has 1 out now, but speed is finishing, and this is going to get a little bit... Okay, he does clear... Nice stop position on the Lings to deny rewalling and allow these additional Lings to flood in. Okay. So the underwhelming cheese still works. Now, I say it still works in that it did clear a lot of SCVs. But Lanfear is not dead. He's just mostly dead. He's down to 3 workers. Oh, and there's these 2 Lings here still. eating into the supply. Landfear has lost many workers. He's gonna reposition his buildings to SimCity around his mineral line instead of trying to hold the ramp. I don't think this is working. Okay. Landfear will tap out. Just a little bit, well, I guess... Oh, it is 13-12. I don't know. Let's actually just check the... Oh, can't see the build order. Dee. Cheese is going both ways. Okay, 1 second. We need to figure out what are we doing. Okay. Hang on. Okay, they said that they selected their Acer. We're having a little bit of confusion. Okay, excellent. We're gonna have a game on King's Cove. Just where? There it is. Hiya. Move. Oh my goodness. It bugged. It bugged. There are bugs. Player has already been invited to a game. King's Cove. Okay. Okay. Move the Zabooby to there. And then da 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 da. Erase a check. Looking at a ZVP. Ready. 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 Go, go. Go, 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 go. We're going! I see. Akon does not approve of this Zerg cheese. The old school cheese. Akon feels that this Zerg needs to get with the times. It's all about the Ravagers and the disguised cheeses and the Niduses. Is that right, Akon? Okay. Spawning in the bottom right as the blue Zerg. For Alpha X, it is a booby. And to the top left as the red Protoss. For Alpha X, or for the Art of Warfare, it is Ares. Alright. Looks like we have standard openers. At least that's the intent. But Protoss is being annoying with the 14... Actually, this one must have been a 13 probe with the map like this. And so we'll be just going to get that pool first. I kind of like this response. So some people, what they do when they see uh-oh. Did stream die? Or just my connection to stream? I think we're okay. Zabooby is trying to take his third. But the probe is still there. So these lings are gonna have to clear the probe out. Come on. There you go. Okay, now he can take his third. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, so one of the follow-ups to a yeah, I agree, Akon. Why not just 12 pool expand if you're going to 12 pool? Like, when is Ling Speed going to actually give you a decisive advantage? Unless you've already done considerable damage, or... like... It just doesn't time out nicely to have a strong impact I mean, unless you're playing a ZVZ, then maybe. But 12 pool and the other matchups, I don't think should be done with gas. I think that's a mistake, technically. The score is 2-2. This is a best of 5, so we are on match point. Is that Overlord speed? I guess he has Overlord speed? Yeah, it does feel like it. Okay. Hallucinated Phoenix is out. Gonna scout around. Couplings. You know, in spite of what was a... Oh, just kidding. Oh, good thing he has this Overlord speed. He does scout, Okay. Thank you, Akon, for confirming that the stream is working. I think my, iPad just decided not to watch the stream anymore randomly. Okay, we're gonna see 6 gate Glidept pressure. And I'm gonna call it pressure because there is this probe moving out to take a third, and what's the other reason? I had some other reason why I was... Oh, it's only 6 gates. It's not 8 gates. So, like, he will be able to eke out probes behind this. Now, fortunately for Zabubi, he did scout all of this. And he does have his own merch one. He has a spine crawler at the front here. I guess that's fine. I feel like you want your spine crawlers in... Well, if you're only gonna get one, I guess that is the most sensible place to put it. I don't know why he's moving out with these roaches like this. Seems a little bit odd, but okay. He's gonna take a 4th right in front of this warp prism. Okay, he does cancel that. That makes a little bit more sense. And gonna see some Glidepts shading to the natural units are not in oh, they are in. Sort of, not really. Adepts are going to be going to every base. Adepts are here right now. I'm waiting to see where they go next. This build is actually a little bit slow to activate, I would say. Prism has actually taken some hull damage as well. So Zabubi is handling this decently. No real drone losses yet. And I think Zabubi is okay. There's still some Adepts hitting the 3rd from the high ground. Okay. Cute. Not doing a whole lot, but cute. Ah, there we go. The Adepts are now finding some work. But I don't really feel like this is paid for itself. He's used 9 Glidepts. Oh, where's the prism? Okay. He's used 10 Glidepts. And he's gotten, I guess, he's gotten less, let me put it this way. He's gotten less drones than Glidepts that he has used. So like, I just don't, I wouldn't feel good with that. He does have some Immortals at home, and charge is nearly done. His 3rd is nicely saturated. A little bit over, but that's fine. A slight oversaturation actually still pays for itself. He does have a spotter pylon here and a healthy sentry count. So these roaches are gonna need to find. Okay, they have Ravagers of course, so they can actually just launch up through a lot of this. Okay, charge lots are gonna come in to buffer, and I think Protoss holds. Yeah. Zabubi is going to back off. I think he got a couple Immortals. Yeah, 2 Immortals. And Storm is starting now. Zabubi is where? Getting a Mutalisk, or Spire for Mutalisk, presumably. Oh, that Prism did come back in for the backstab and got itself a healthy drum count. I was looking at the natural and a little bit confused. So while all that was happening, Ares did actually secure himself an advantage. So while his original attack didn't do very much, his counterattack, which I completely missed, nicely gained an economic lead for Ares. And Zabubi is going to at least have to shut down this 4th. I think that's a must. If he doesn't want to push into the 3rd, I can understand that. And so this is the space he needs to fight. Charge lots are gonna close the distance, and Zabubi is trying his best to leverage the high ground, but the shield batteries are now finishing. This is not looking good for Zabubi. I'd like to see him cut the rocks, but okay, he's just gonna retreat, which he's not gonna get punished for, so I guess it's all the same. Warp Prism is here. Spire is making 12 mutas. Well, it's not the Spire that makes the mutas per se, but you understand what I mean. Allowing for 12 mutas, providing the method in which these mutas will be deployed. These mutas have to do a lot of work. There's only 12 of them, and they are trying to dive on the Archon. I guess this is okay. Yeah, why not? I don't think he lost that many mutas, if any. Okay, he lost 2 mutas. It's not so bad. Oh yeah. I cannot obs. Okay. Where are we? Mutas. Hello. Mutas are picking off some probes. Getting a Stalker. There's no Stargate. Which is... there's a Stargate now, but there was not a Stargate at the start of this game, which is part of why the Muta switch occurred, I'm gonna say. But double Stargate response is coming, and there are cannon Stalker around all the bases, so these mutas, what they've really done is given Zabubi some economic cover. They haven't really done a whole lot. That Prism did come back in. I was watching the mini-map for it, but I guess I can't see his Prism today. Anyway. His Prism's been... Oh, because he didn't move his Prism. He just sent his... I see. Okay. Got it. I understand now. Life makes a little bit more sense. He just has his Prism parked here. He's just warping in and walking them in. Whatever he warps in. He turned his Prism into a pylon and just left his 200 mineral pylon in some random corner of the map. There are Phoenixes out now, so the time on this of these mutas is, or their days are numbered, is what I'm trying to say, and they're gonna run off and die some other place in the map. We didn't want to die right outside your natural, so we're gonna die by the rocks instead. Protoss is moving up onto this 5th or 6th space. I'm not really sure which it was. He kind of took both of them at the same time. And Prism does unload a little bit more. There's a healthy lurker count though, so Protoss cannot engage this. That just will not happen. Cannot happen, I should say. Ah, the pylon has finally decided to move. That is not safe. That is going to die. Alas! A sigh of relief fell over the Zerg army as the harbinger of many drones was destroyed by the ground tempest. Alright. There are a lot of lurkers. That is all I have to say. These lurkers really do buy a lot of time for Zabubi to go wherever he wants. I don't know if he has drilling claws. Not drilling claws. Adaptive talons. That is the upgrade name. No, he does not currently have adaptive talons. Observer is here. It's gonna allow Ares to start to work on this problem that is the lurkers, but there are a lot of lurkers. I don't really know if he wants to take the fight like this. Okay, he clears a lot of... just kidding. Alright, the Zerg sandwich has collapsed on the Protoss force. That is cleaned up. And now Zabubi has the window to counterattack. I think with this force, if he can shut down a base or two, really if he can just get all these expansions out of the way, he'll be in a fantastic position. He's going to siege up his lurkers on this 4th base, and everything here is going to die. There's just no tech in the Protoss army because it was all exchanged on the other side of the map. And there's still a decent lurker count. It's not the monster it was before. Zabubi is just trying to push into the 3rd. Tempests are out now though, so he's gonna back off for the time being. I guess he was worried about the amount of splash that was in those, or that he presumed to be in those High Templar. In actuality, I think there was only one storm. They have now, or they have since turned into Archons, as they didn't really have the energy for what they wanted. And Zabubi is going to push in with this high Hydra count and high Lurker count. Not too many roaches left, but that shouldn't be an issue. Trying to eat through the Tempest, but they're going to retreat to safety. Lurkers are going to step up for now. Where are you going? Okay. They're gonna find themselves... okay. Maybe not the best movement of the lurkers, but actually this is fine. The observers are not clearing the lurkers in a timely manner, so this is getting a lot done. It's buying a lot of time and being really annoying. So Zabubi is going to be able to establish his 5th and 6th base, and he's going to resupply on Hydra Viper. Couple lurkers coming in. There was a Void Ray. Ares is gonna retake a 4th base. So now this is where Zabubi has to deal with Charge Lot, Sky Toss. Charge Lot, Sky Toss, oh, and Storm. This is where things get kind of scary. There are a couple answers within the composition that Zabubi has gone for that can handle this. He just needs to have his lurkers in the right position to cover for his hydras. I don't know if that will be the case. He's gonna add in some corruptors as well. He needs to save this hatch, and he does. There is a prism out again, so need another ground tempest to get rid of that. He does have hive, but no greater spire for Zabubi yet. Not that it's terribly necessary quite yet. It's just one of those closer tools that he might want. Really, until he deals with the Tempest threat, Broodlers are not going to be a relevant component to this game. He'll have to deal with that with his Corruptors, Vipers, Hydras, General, Anti-Air. That is a lot more air than I think he was expecting. Okay, Charge Lots are going to rush in again, and I do believe this hatch will fall. Getting a couple more units chipping away. We have ourselves a proper late game. Well, not exactly a normal late game, but it is a late game. The storms are covering all of those hydras. Yikes! And the zealots have not quite been cleaned up. I'd like to see a lurker here, here, and here. But Zabubi is hurting for money. He is definitely hurting for money. And now the DTs are coming in, and there's no detection right now. Oh boy. Protoss is going to use this distraction to move his army into position to pressure the other side. So good two-prong going on here. And there's no detection here either. This base will fall. And some really sharp late game coming out of Ares. He's maneuvered this game into a very uncomfortable place for Zabubi. And oh, he still doesn't have an Overseer. He's only morphing it now. Oh, okay, there's the Overseer, but now the army is on top of his fort. GG, played well. And that will conclude today's games. Alrighty. Anything else to say? I think that's about it. Alright. Good games. Catch you guys next week. That was a good way to end the series. See you now out.